Hi, folks. Heath Big Hank Norris here. The real living, breathing being. I am not a corporation, and neither are you. And if you don't understand that, you need to contact me and I'll try to point you in the right direction. There's so much that we have been lied to about. There's so much. Corruption isn't even the word for it. I'd have to go break out a thesaurus to find the right word. But our government, our so-called government, okay, it's not mine, but I got to deal with it, and so do you. But we can't change it if we get our act together and get ourselves together, okay? But there is so much. I've been digging for a few years now. Thank God others came before me, okay? There is the truth out there. And before the internet, the information was hard to get. You had to dig and read and spend a lot of time at the law libraries. And when a guy walked out of there, number one, first, when the reality of what is going on strikes you, finally, if you can wrap your brain around it and accept that it's true, you'll be sick to your stomach, as I was. That day was sometime in 2008. Now, for most of you, the experience is this. Something doesn't feel right, and that's not fair, and that doesn't sound right, and why would it be like that? But if you give up there, if you give up at that point, you'll never get to the truth, because anytime you get to a wall of resistance, you've got to say why or how come. And you may not find an answer to that question immediately. But you must put everything you've learned on the back burner, so to speak, and then continue on trying to survive as I have, which has become increasingly difficult. Now, I'm not going to discuss a lot right now, but I'm coming to you pleading. I'm asking for your help, and I'm asking you to use your head, and I'm asking you to think. Because if somebody ran up to you in the middle of the day and said, the sky's purple, you'd probably go, no, man, it's blue, can't you see? Okay, but the truth is, an old lighting designer in my lighting class told me one time, how many colors are in the sunset? Well, the answer is all of them. Roy G. Biv, they're in the rainbow, and they're all in the sunset. So they're all in the sky at times, okay? So the sky could be a little purple depending on what's going on, the weather and everything else. But what I'm saying is if somebody comes up to you and says, your courts are not your courts, before you just go, what? You're a nut, Heath. No, I'm not a nut. I'm a nut for the truth. I'm crazy for the truth. I want to know the truth, and you should too. But many of you are quite content with the lies that we've been told. And I guess that's what troubles me the most. So we can call that whatever you want to. But I'm asking you to open your mind to the possibilities. Open your mind to the possibilities. There's so much to this world that we have been misled. And just outright lied to about. Now, you know how you feel if you catch your kids in a lie. And you know how bad you feel if you catch your spouse or girlfriend in a lie. Or a family member. And not just a little white lie. I mean a big old bold face whopper. Well, friend, there's certain people that have dedicated their lives to figuring out how to program your mind. And don't you, for 2 seconds, think you are not programmable. There is so much we as the public do not know. So I'm asking you, in this 5 minutes, to open your mind to the possibilities and think, if so many people are thinking this way, maybe there's something to it. In this country and in this world, we must wake up. There's all sorts of language for that. But if you would just open your mind to the possibilities, and then when you see an example of the truth, or the lie, if you will, if you see the lie uncovered, and believe me, if you go to court enough times, you will see it plain as day. Just like a little kid. Little Johnny, did you take some money out of my wallet? No, Dad. When you saw him from around the corner, take the money out of your wallet. When you know what to look for, you'll see it, and you'll be astonished at every level that it occurs. Why am I making this video? Because, friends, something must be done. And just like somebody tapping me on the shoulder and pulling my shirt, I can't shirk that feeling unless I'm trying to spread the word. Whether you get it or not, I can't help unless you ask for help. Now, I am just one man, but there are many before me, and there are many like me. So before you judge me, before you judge us, before you judge anybody, not your job to judge, but maybe consider what is and what is not. I am going to get the paperwork together to be a write-in candidate for Kansas Governor 2018. A handful of you know I did this in 2010. I was compelled to run in 2014, but I didn't get the paperwork together. And the other challenge of this little exercise is finding a lieutenant governor who actually would want to help you fix things. And I found an alarming amount of people that wanted nothing to do with it. People that I actually thought would be a good running mate, if you will. So I'm actually going to put it here. We're coming up on 8 minutes, and I'm going to have to wrap it up. I'm going to get the paperwork and sign the affidavit to be a write-in candidate for 2018 for Kansas Governor. And I'm putting out the word right here, right now. I'm hoping somebody will say, yes, Heath, I will help you. We don't have to see eye to eye on everything, but of course it will help. We can discuss some points of what I want to accomplish or try to do once we get there. But my main starting block is there's so much that we do not know. Somebody asked me on Facebook, what will you do specifically? My response is simply this. I don't know until I get in there. I will make you one promise here. If you will write me in and put me in Topeka, you will never, shy of me being in Washington or working with other states on projects, which we may need to do, you will never go to the Capitol and see the governor's office empty. I make you that promise. Because even though we're not in session until January and then we do the thing, the business of the state is 24/7. The state doesn't shut down. The people of Kansas don't quit. The people of Kansas don't go, well, it's February, I guess we better wrap it up till next year. No. There's so much that we have not been told. There's no way to tell you what I will do, but I will make you this promise. You'll never go up there and find the office empty. And I will begin digging immediately. There's stuff that needs to be off the books. There's programs that need to be evaluated, and not by another committee that costs money to evaluate whether this program or that program is working. All I got to do is go in there and talk to the people using it and talk to the people abusing it. And the people running it, which probably the same people. See what I'm saying? So please don't ask me specifically, because if you're afraid I'm going to cut something that you're getting for free, that's a possibility. Because the problem at the government at the Kansas state level, they got plenty of taxes coming in. Let's not argue taxes. Let's just say there's plenty coming in. Apparently it's a spending problem. And I'm going to get to the bottom of why every election year, golly gee, beef, we're 400 million short. It was that way in 10. It was that way in 14. It was that way the other day. Now we're going on 11 minutes, and it's longer than I meant for it to be. What I'm asking is for your help, your consideration, and I'm looking for a lieutenant governor, because when I fill out the affidavit, you have to sign it with me, and that is our intention. And I'm looking to have a heavy grassroots Facebook movement, an email movement. And, you know, when I did this the last time, I got invited to one debate. Now, Brownback wasn't there, but golly, he still won. And I guess it offends my sensibilities that as these years, as I've grown up and studied what I have the last several years, that it's, you know, if you just spend enough money and put the right message out there, you're a shoo-in. I don't like that. Now, we'll get into other things in more detail later, but right now I'm asking, number one, help me spread the word, and I'm looking for a lieutenant governor. And there's one person I got in mind that's got a lot of fight and kick in her, if we could get her convinced to do it. You know who you are, but I hope you'll come to me and say, let's do it. All right, coming up on 13 minutes. That's enough. Heath, Big Hank Norris, write-in candidate for Kansas Governor 2018. Please share, like, subscribe, whatever. And thank you for your support. Thank you for your time. And God bless the United States of America.